Hey, everybody.
Hey, long time no see.
Poor Wendell.
It's fine. It's totally fine. It's a lot of work, but we're doing nothing compared to what these attorneys are doing, what this judge is doing, what the jurors are doing, and you're in there too every day. It's a lot for everybody, but today was rough. Today was a rough day. It felt harder today, especially in the morning. I was losing my mind.
Hey, everybody. I don't know why I'm waving. Just ignore it. I don't know. I'm exhausted. Wendell's exhausted. Yeah, I mean, you could tell. Look at my hair. My hair today is, I know they're thinking, what in the hell?
It's Florida hair. That's what you got. It's Florida hair.
Yeah, I got it
Mine
all
Yep.
twisted, pulled back. It just keeps getting big.
Braids. You're gonna end up in braids before you know it. A little tiny French braid down the top.
Get them to clink, clink, clink,
Yeah,
clink.
that's all. Or yeah, like the Monica braids. Yes, I wasn't thinking of that, but yes, that too.
Get them stuck in the shower curtain. Yeah.
All kinds of looks at the courtroom. No, you don't understand. I'm not used to this humidity.
Yeah, nobody gets it. And
no, because they live it. It's their normal. It's not normal for
they know what products to use. I'm winging it out here. Bobby pins. There's one. There's one. Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Kathy Rebo. It's good to see you.
Hey, everybody. I'm sorry. I know I missed. There's my Jim. Hush, Jim. Hey, Nana Patty. My favorite trial reporters. That makes me feel good.
That's us.
That's us.
I did a poll this morning during chat, and people want us to do the Leilani trial next.
All right.
And then they want us to do the Delphi. I figured you can do Delphi on your channel then. Since we're not going to be able to watch it live anyway, we're going to have to get the videos. Like I was sent a video of the opening statements. It might just be pardon me, it might just be audio. I haven't even clicked it yet. But we can do them faster because like Leilani's trial, we can do faster because we really could do it at 1.5 speed. We'll skip through all the lunches, all the breaks, all the whatevers, because it won't be an 8-hour day. It'll probably be a 4-hour day. But maybe
what are we gonna do? To take turns, or do you want me to just listen, take notes, and then do what we're doing now?
No, I think you could be up with me. Oh, hang on, my son's calling me. Do you hear that ringtone?
Yeah, I love it. Lynn Sawyer, well, thank you for saying that.
Okay, good. He's on his way over. Yay, good. Yeah, he's singing the Jesus Loves Me song. Could you tell? As a baby.
Yeah.
He's like 18 months, 2 years, something like that.
No, but I could tell he was singing. I wasn't sure. Hey,
Jesus Loves Me. So cute.
Everybody. I know I'm not saying hi to Tracy. So tell us, what do you want to know? It was a bumbled up freaking mess this morning. And he tried everything that he could, as y'all saw, he did not want her testimony up there at all.
You could tell he was doing everything to get her kicked off. Bitey Cat, thank you. I just got your gift. Thank you, Bitey Cat. It's very sweet of you. I appreciate it so much.
He was definitely. Oh wait, I got a gift too. Thank you, Bitey Cat. Thank you so much. Just stream the whole thing on your channel with the trial, or are we taking turns? Remember we
talking about Leilani?
Yeah.
I figured I'll do Leilani and you do Delphi. That's what I was thinking, but we can do whatever you want. Because I'm not into the Delphi trial like you are. So I figured you'd want to do I figured you'd want to do the Delphi, but we can talk about it when we get off of here.
Yeah, it don't matter. I don't know. Can we get Delphi footage? Emerald Girl.
We might only be able to get audio stuff, and we can go over news coverage. We can go over. I mean, we'll plan it. We'll piece it together.
Yeah. What a day. So, I think
you can tell he did not want her up there at all. He wanted her immediately off. He's trying to get the whole thing trial, the whole case thrown out. Judges all denied. Like, you could tell he was not happy.
He was ready to say denied too, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, before he even finished the sentence, he was ready. You could tell that this judge was not having it today. He was not happy. You could tell with Mr. Owens. Let's tell everybody what happened this morning, though.
But well, I think, and what I hope. Hey, thank you so much for the super sticker, Melissa. I appreciate that. Obviously, when she told the story, of course, I know I talked about this on your channel some. When she told the story, how Sarah told her the story, it didn't match at all what she's talking about today.
Which is hilarious because she just interviewed her at the beginning of October.
Yeah, I think it was October 2nd. Yeah, I got it wrote down.
Well,
October 2nd.
When I first started listening to her, I thought she interviewed her like 4 years ago. When all this happened, when it first happened, it was fresh in her mind. But that's not true. But
no.
But she did get her. Did she get? Is that before or after Owens took the case?
That's a good question.
Because did she?
Oh, it was after, because
okay, so she had her self-defense ready to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't tell the psychiatrist anything even close to something that required, PTSD, battered spouse, nothing.
It was an ambush. Right. She said 2 fingers came out.
Yes.
Which is what we've heard from the very beginning.
And she said lost control and shook the suitcase? Like, what?
That's been said before. She said she shook the suitcase. I don't know if she said.
When did she beat it? When did that happen?
Mm-hmm.
She's not really being forthcoming about when she beat. Supposedly she beat it because his whole hand came out, and he was telling her he was going to kill her and all these terrible things.
But I understand, now the more that I listened, I will say that Mr. Owens did absolutely have a case.
Yes, Debbie Doll had to explain. Bless Debbie Doll's heart. She's trying so hard, jumping up and down in the chat, trying so hard to explain it to me that the prosecution did mess up, and that and I of course am like not understanding because I'm dumb and I don't know the law. So I am familiar with, in the Alec Baldwin case, when that prosecutor didn't get the defense something important, Alec Baldwin walked out the courtroom that day. His case was done that day. It was over. He was cleared and he went home. And I just kept thinking,
yeah, that's probably what they were going for.
I think that's what they were hoping for, but the judge thankfully did not do that here.
Well, he found enough laws to back up, but he wasn't wrong, because she did tell him that she didn't diagnose her with anything. And then what she diagnosed her with, let me look. Oh, Lord mercy. Adjustment disorder.
Yes. But she said that was secondary to being incarcerated. So her adjustment disorder is because she's in jail.
That's what he didn't like. He didn't like the adjustment. I don't think if she had given her any other disorder, he wouldn't have cared.
Yeah.
But her saying the adjustment disorder because she was incarcerated really took him to another level. And when I say another level, his face was blood red. I told you he was slamming back Red Bulls. I was worried.
He was furious. You could tell he was furious. I've never seen him. I mean, he's pointing all over the place like he always does. but he was really animated, and he was, I moved for a blah 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 blah. Like he was really, you could tell.
Yeah.
I was so confused by how fast that happened that we had to rewind it back to listen again to what she was saying and what exactly his problem is. Because then they have the court reporter read back stuff. Then he wants to make another argument that's not included in what he said earlier. Judge is mad. Like it was so much.
Well, I think what happened there was
just insults flying everywhere too, because
he got so beside himself, he just started throwing out everything at one time, and
yeah,
it was a mess.
Yeah, it really was a mess.
And
then he's like, okay, well, you can depose her right now. And he's like, what? He's like, yeah, right now. We'll watch. And what? In front of everybody, in front of God and everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and depose her. And he did it. He did it. But I was like, whew.
I don't know if she did herself any favors, to be honest, the way that she fiddled with the jury.
What do you mean?
She would look at the jury and kind of try to make a mockery of James Owens. She would look at him and...
Yeah. Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
I did see her just smiling at the jury a lot. Yes.
That's absolutely not, in my opinion, the way to behave in court. Not when you're an expert, not when you're an expert witness and you're giving your testimony and this is, you have nothing to prove. You're a psychiatrist. You're the doctor. You don't have to prove anything to these people. Just give your answers and don't.
I just don't know that. I have two issues. One, James Owens and Sarah Boone's their expert, and I'm using air quotes when I say expert because they're paid. At the end of the day, they're paid. So they're going to come in, take the stand, and be paid for saying whatever they need them to say. Otherwise, they're not going to be on the stand, right? They wouldn't put them on the stand if they weren't ready to say what they needed them to say. Now, Sarah's side, the defense expert, they met with her 9 times, many hours. All of these did, tons of evaluations, saw all the things, did all the things, and came up with her result. And then this psychiatrist is like, yeah, I met her for 45 minutes. I didn't look at this. I didn't look at this. I didn't see this. I didn't, and then comes up with some, whatever, adjustment disorder instead of battered spouse or PTSD.
But no,
I don't think she has it either, but I just wish that the expert would have had more time with her.
Well, it was like 2 hours and something. And she did give her battered spouse syndrome.
But she said on the day of the incident, she wasn't showing any signs of being triggered or upset. So at the time of the event.
But when he started reading out, she did say up there that she did think she had battered spouse syndrome. That's what I didn't understand why he was so upset. Even when he deposed her, he said, do you think that my client has battered spouse syndrome? And she said, yeah, probably.
But at the time of the event, she said that Sarah didn't show her anything that made her concerned, basically. That it was a good day and everybody was laughing. And it didn't strike her as anything, that would require, self-defense to the point of killing this man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess, and I've said it several times. I've said it here and on my channel. I want one of these experts to get up there and tell me whatever disorder she has that makes it okay that she zipped this man in a suitcase, beat the shit out of him, and left him to die. Which disorder makes that okay?
But here, I think her point today was she didn't have enough info on stuff. She said, but he didn't like the narcissist traits.
Right.
She had to tell him like 3 times, I did not say she was a narcissist.
Yes, she had traits, which, most everybody has some traits, but she has more than some traits. She has lots of traits.
Yeah, but you can't spend 2.5 hours with somebody and say, yeah, they're a narcissist. I don't think. I mean, maybe you can, but
I
she
don't
did.
think you can spend 2 hours with somebody and come up with any diagnosis.
I
You
don't
need
know
to
that.
do several tests over several sessions. I'm sorry.
I don't know about how she got the adjustment disorder. I don't know how she said the no to no anxiety. She said no anxiety disorder, and the adjustment disorder because of her legal situation is what she said.
Yeah,
Then, he's like, what about trauma? Who And when he didn't like her answer because it was everybody has trauma.
right. That's how I
Um,
felt about the whole intrusive memories. So now bad memories are called intrusive thoughts. I mean, come on.
right.
We got a name for
Everybody,
everything anymore.
yeah. You got to learn to give that over, give that away.
You do kind of, you know.
You do.
Not everything needs to be a diagnosis. Sometimes
Um,
it's just life.
but here, okay, no acute stress disorder. But the thing with none of it's not important. These things aren't important because of what Sarah told her October the 2nd happened that day.
Say that again.
None of that was important after Sarah told her what happened that day. She told nothing. I know we've already said this, but let's remind. Hey, Healthy Family Farce. Um, the people, she said the whole hand triggered the event. That's something else that James Owens was mad about, was there was absolutely no event to set off what would have caused her to beat him to death in the suitcase or
Mhm.
leave him there.
Right. Right. Sarah didn't mention any of that. And no, the overt act, because obviously Sarah hadn't been trained yet on what to say.
Right.
So when she's meeting with the psychiatrist, she doesn't know to say, oh no, make sure you say that his hand was come out and you were fear for your life and you thought you were going to die. Make sure you say that. She didn't know that yet. And so she tells her the truth, which is, no, we had a good day. I just did this on accident. I didn't mean for him to
Right.
die.
And the reason that Sarah didn't know to say that yet is because prosecution didn't know until the trial started that Sarah was going to have to testify before the doctor because they were saving her for last. Hey, Kay Buns.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot I put up a new pic. Yeah, I got a little bit sick of the lake one, not too sick of it. Um, so once he found that out, they thought they had their ducks in a row, but they forgot how many damn stories she told before the
Yeah.
specialist told her exactly what to say on the stand.
Right. Right.
Um, I don't. It was he was so mad. Then we went to lunch. Okay, so wait, cross examination, her time to watch the other expert or Sarah's text. Okay, so she comes back up and he's like, so you didn't have time, basically. You didn't have time to watch anything that happened here.
I mean, she didn't even watch the videos of the that's my name, don't wear it out.
I think because she was a last minute person, she interviewed her. She really didn't do. She wouldn't have done any harm
To who?
to Sarah if he had just let her testify like prosecution. They just let a girl up there and just say whatever she wants. She gave her all kinds of, all kinds of, almost said diagnosis. She gave her everything. They just sat there and let it happen.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess because they knew they had their own expert witness that was going to come up and say the exact opposite of all of that, which is weird to me. So, what is the jury supposed to believe? I guess they have to decide who's more believable between those experts. Well, sorry, but the expert that spent 9 visits and multiple tests and,
Unfortunately, yeah.
dug through everything, looked at everything she could get her hands on versus the one who, did a drive by one day and didn't look at anything. It's unfortunately, that's the expert testimony that I'm more inclined to believe if I didn't already know for myself that Sarah's lying.
That's true.
You know,
And then you get
if you believe Sarah's story today, then the expert testimony that Sarah put up makes sense. But we all believe, or most of us believe, that Sarah's lying.
yeah. Hey,
So her
Lady
expert doesn't mean anything to me.
everybody that I'm missing, I apologize. Well, and then when he, did you read the text? And some of the texts were in the transcript. She had read them, and he wanted that to say basically she was abused. But
Yeah.
what she said was they were in a volatile relationship.
Yeah.
He didn't like that, but it's the truth.
Right.
And then we go to lunch. I go, I went up on your panel. I thought, all right, when we get back, it'll be calm. Everybody will, had more Red Bull and some food.
Yeah.
He's the same, as y'all saw, the same exact stuff that went on before was right after lunch too.
Yeah. Yeah. He did the same kind of crap.
And are you done? No, I'm not.
Yeah, no, I'm not. And then he kept reading more deposition. When he told Judge that Judge needed to read 87 pages of a deposition, Judge was all, no, I'm not going to do that. You're going to have to point something out to me, sir, because I'm not reading this 87 pages of document. No, I'm not doing that.
Right.
Similar
And then
to what he did to the prosecution. Here's your 550 pages of medical documentations and your 119 JPEGs. See what you can do with these. Jeez.
She admitted that on the stand. No police reports, no body cam footage, no prior hospital reports. Yeah, she admitted all that on panel. That's what but okay, so when he's holding up the pictures, and I think that was for shock value or to make the expert feel bad, but there's no explanation of how that happened. I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying I think now we know. Now we, because of what happened later on today, that there was someone who egged it on, and and I liked it when the prosecution stood up, hey, Mercedes girl, and said, can you tell by this picture what happened at the time? No.
Yeah.
No,
but the fact that they put, and I think that's why those body cam footage, clips were able to come in, because defense brought it up. All these prior acts. Okay, well, let's look at those prior acts, because defense didn't want to show those videos. So let's look at these prior acts. Let's see what's happening. And I think Sarah's calling the police. Sarah's calling 911 like it's her best friend.
And I think during jury watch, I'd like to play some of those recordings again, because I'd like to hammer that home. To who? The jury? No, I'm just kidding. But
no, but she was like, she's calling. Oh, hi guys. She called them love and baby. She calls 911 like, well, I don't really have an emergency. It's just, he's there, and I think I need someone to come and help me, but I'm going to get thrown out of my apartment if you come over. So I don't really, she's calling them like they're her girlfriend.
Thank you for the super sticker, Kathleen Cruz. I appreciate that.
Okay, so hang on, Mel B. I saw your comment earlier. You said Sarah Boone's expert did not read everything. She admitted that they're on the stand. No police reports, no body camera footage, no prior hospital reports. Not sure what you mean. Okay, so I must have that wrong. And if I do, I apologize. I don't mean to put out wrong information. I thought that Sarah's expert had at least watched the videos where he died, in the suitcase. I thought she had done a lot more than.
Oh, wait. That is the only video. The only video that she watched was that video.
Yeah.
That's right.
But the prosecution's expert didn't watch it.
Right.
Which I find odd. Wouldn't she want to see that?
No, because she's not there to say, well, he died, but I mean, what she's a psychiatrist. She can't determine whether or not anything happened in the suitcase or what happened before or after. So I don't think it was important for her to see it.
I guess maybe if it corroborates Sarah's story, but as we know, it doesn't now. That suitcase video does not corroborate her story.
Right, except now we know how he got flipped upside down, but she is not going to tell anybody that she pushed that suitcase down the stairs.
Nope, she is not. And she's really not going to tell anybody how she beat the shit out of it. I don't understand why they're not hammering that.
Or, she nudged it and poked it.
Yeah, no, she beat the fuck out of him. Why aren't you saying that?
Right. She beat the piss out of him.
She did.
The
black and blue and bloody. Why in the world are you not hammering that home?
How? Oh, I think it'll get hammered home tomorrow. I do.
Get better, man. This prosecution needs to, I don't know, catch their second wind or something. They, yes, it was a good rebuttal, especially the end. I love that he sends the jury home with the most dramatic, sound bites in their head. Yeah. When she said, "That's my name, don't wear it out," I screamed. I was like, wow, that's good.
When James Owens got so mad and he said, "Let me finish, Judge."
Yes.
Oh.
No, and the judge a couple times was like, "No, excuse me." And he was, and kept talking. I was like, oh.
I was like,
yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm like, please don't let anybody's cell phone go off because they
not today, man. He's not in the mood today.
No.
It felt as usual like the defense was running out the clock all morning. I feel like they were wasting time.
Why? And I don't understand that when they said, because look, everybody thought today and tomorrow people would get to leave early. Everybody thought that.
I mean, they still haven't even rested, right? Has prosecution rested their rebuttal?
No.
They haven't. So we're still going tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I think they will rest, and I think they're preparing.
There's supposed to be a deposition going on at 5:30 tonight, isn't there? Or was that last night? Remember, judge said that, she's going to be here. She's supposed to fly home. And judge said, well, she's got to be there at 5:30 for the deposition. I mean, that's it. That's the time we have. And James Owens wanted the prosecution to do it like during lunch or something like that. And prosecution's like, that is completely ridiculous and unfair. I'm not prepared for that. It's supposed to be at 5:30. That's the time I'm, ready to do it.
Wasn't that the expert witness?
I thought so. Yeah. So did that ever happen? Did he ever depose her?
Yeah. She wouldn't have got to testify if he didn't depose her.
Oh. Okay.
Which all of a sudden you're not allowed to surprise the attorney next to you, which that shocks me.
Yeah. And he was even mad about it. I've been ambushed, he said.
He said that a lot.
Yeah.
I think so, Astra.
That he had really been ambushed.
The
half an hour to an hour of text to be read tomorrow. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because they would say that they had planned on doing that today too. And then Tornado Owens.
He really was not having it.
Yeah. But again, we got to remember that hopefully what stuck in their head wasn't all the hoopla. It was the way Sarah described what happened that night, which is I think the main thing he wanted her on the stand for. I don't know that he cared about, and matter of fact, he said he didn't care about her diagnosing Sarah with anything because she didn't say what he thought she was going to say.
Well, to me, it doesn't. I don't even care. I don't know if the jury's going to care either. I don't care what her diagnoses are unless you got a diagnosis that makes it okay what she did to him.
Yeah.
Then I don't care what her diagnoses. It doesn't matter.
Well, I'm just saying that's why I think the main reason that he called her was for that one story, not anything else, not you
What
know
story?
that what Sarah told her happened the night of the murder.
Okay. Yes.
She gave her no reason. There was no point in which she said she lost it.
Right. Right. She didn't even mention it. She
Mm-mm.
on that day, it was still an accident in her mind.
Where is your self-defense, Sarah?
Right. Right. Where's this triggering moment that caused you to be terrified for your life? Never happened.
Now, so then somebody over in the Facebook group wrote, these videos are doing her, and this is when they were showing the body cam footage of the times she would have him arrested and all this stuff. They're
Yes,
doing
which
her no.
horrible.
Yeah,
They were terrible. Like
right.
she threw his license in a bush.
Here's what it
So
showed.
all the stuff that Owen
Here's
said, if you withhold people's property and you all the things that she does. Anyways, go ahead.
yeah, that's it. That's what they proved. Who was in control? Hey, sweet crazy.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we Ted's mom. Hey, sweet crazy. Yeah. Who was the one in control all the time? Who was the
Sounded like
one
her to me.
constantly all the times? He'd be so confused as to why the police are even there.
Yeah. Or confused why it's sad. Or he wouldn't tell on her a lot of times, but he would say, I always get the blame.
Uh-huh.
And that tells you everything, because then they saved the best for last, as we said, which was her antagonizing the hell out of him every time. He's trying to have a good day. He's like, I want this to be a good day. And she keeps
Yes.
going, how about when he passed out, fell asleep, whatever. You realize everybody that watched those videos, hey B fam, um, I don't know who you're talking about.
Who?
Didn't they all go after tragedy pimps at one time? Who? B fam. Wendy, the ace in the hole for the prosecution is all the lies that Sarah said. Yes, Mike. That, and okay, so let's go back to where he fell asleep up against the door.
Yeah.
She comes out every time, every time. But what she was really mad about wasn't anything except she woke up and saw the bottle of vodka was empty. And she said, and there was enough in there for two people to have a really good time.
Oh, that's what she was mad about.
Yes.
Wow.
And all of a sudden, you stink. Oh, I could smell the alcohol from here. Well, you're an alcoholic, Sarah.
He drank all her booze and she was really mad about it.
That's it. We're breaking up. But every time he would try to go down the stairs, there she come.
Mm-hmm.
What
She's
we call
always
that,
on his ass. He couldn't go anywhere without her.
no.
Like this whole time she's trying to say, I can't go anywhere. Even the bathroom he comes in. No, that's not at all the truth. I don't believe that. I think this man couldn't go any damn where without you having a problem, having a whole ass problem.
Right, Mel B. And look, that's what Mel B said. That's a very good point, because, hey, Olivia, who is it?
There's an old nasty woman calling y'all tragedy pimps because you mentioned that other cases you may do. Okay. Who? I don't see how that's a tragedy pimp. I'm sorry. Are we going to people's homes and standing out front of their lawns and screaming at families? I don't think we're doing any of that.
Oh, I don't give a shit. There's the main thing.
I don't
Whoever
know.
it is,
I don't know who it is, and I don't give a shit.
yeah.
Don't care. Don't care. We're not tragedy pimps. Sorry.
Right. We oh shit, what was that? I lost my train of thought.
We were talking about how he couldn't do anything without her constantly
Oh,
antagonizing him.
yeah. So she videoed him trying to I guess she was trying to prove that he controls her. And he's like, I don't care if you go out. I don't want you out with a bunch of guy friends. That's normal.
Right.
Or if you're going to be somewhere, I want to know where you are. Well, yeah, me, Um, me and Jim have Life 360. You know, I want him to know where I am
Right.
in case something happens. Even though for some reason when I push a buggy, it tells him I'm riding a bicycle. But
It's just crazy. Just
yeah,
it's absolutely just nuts.
it is nuts. It's but I think that they ended it on a big, huge boom
Thank
today.
you. Okay, thanks. There's a lot. I'm sorry,
Welcome
Jonathan.
to the winner's circle. You're gonna love it
Okay,
here.
what? No, sorry. Let me mute real quick. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Do I have my phone in the buggy when he thinks? Oh, I probably do. I probably do have my phone in a buggy.
All right. Bye, babe. Sorry about that. My boy is here. So,
Yay.
yeah, it's good. It's all right. He's working
So,
downstairs. He's got some stuff he's got to do.
as you know, as wrong as it is, I learned a few things today, and I wonder if there's a class you could take on body language.
I am Kathleen. Thank you, doll. I mean, I don't know. Do you want to tell them who you got to come on? Or are we
Mm,
waiting?
we may wait, but I'll say I talked to an expert today in body language, and what she does is only watch the jury.
Is she worried about putting their lives in danger?
Mm,
Is she worried about
probably
causing a mistrial? That's so weird.
no.
She's a
Great
reckless.
job. Don't let anyone tell you different. Thank you, Mel B. I ain't concerned with a soul.
Yeah, not even a little bit. I know what we're doing and what we're not doing. And there's no tragedy pimping over here. Sorry.
Yeah. What we're
Nobody's
not doing is
harassing families and
absolutely
hashtagging kids' names and shit. Nobody's doing any of that over here. Sorry. Not the
no.
same.
But you know, I don't care. So I asked her, I'm like, can you read this jury? Because I look at them and I just see stoic. And the way that she goes into it, like this one purses their lips when this happens, and these people have bonded, and you know, it's the way that she can read body language in the jurors. You may call the cops on them, Herb. Um, it's amazing. It's amazing to me how she can
Yeah.
read people.
Body language is amazing. I Body language in general is a very fascinating, very cool topic. Several people commented in my comment section the day that Sarah testified that her blinking was off the
Mhm.
scale, and that that is a sign of deceit, which I thought
Yeah,
was interesting. All that
I did
that
know
constant
that.
blink.
I did know that.
Yeah, and lots of people noticed it during the trial. When we were streaming it, lots of people noticed it. Her blinking was crazy. She was all blinking all
Really,
over the place.
but it's everything about this is interesting.
It
Every
really is. The whole court process has always been fascinating to me. The more trials I watch, which to be fair, I've only watched a handful, like beginning to end trials. Um, and every court is different. Every judge is different. Like this judge, he barely takes any breaks. Leilani's judge is giving you a break about every 15 minutes. She's like, all right, anybody else need a comfort break? Like she's giving you breaks all the live long day. This judge is like, nope, we're powering through. Put your head down and go.
the only way you get a break is when James starts acting up, then
Yeah,
we get a
James
break.
starts acting an ass, and then he's like, all right,
Yeah,
we're going to recess.
sometimes you have to use the restroom and you're kind of glad, like, oh, he's gonna have a hissy. Good.
Yeah, but every court or judge or whatever seems to have their own style, and we love
Mhm.
this judge. Everybody agrees that he's great. He's very into, the case law and what's the law that you're speaking about. It's kind of like Daryl Brooks. What lawful law? He's
What
always constantly talking about what, citing the case law. That's a big, big deal to him. And James is not very good at that. That's not his strong suit.
No. And you know what else? He's not strong at keeping his cool. He's got to keep his cool.
I get offended every time he points. It bothers me.
I know
So
you do.
rude.
I
I don't
know.
like it. He points at the prosecution. This man. Da, 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 da. I'm like, excuse me, sir. Put that finger away. What you doing?
Right. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
You
Your
know
mama
what?
never taught you not to point. Don't point at people.
He points at Sarah and his other attorneys too.
Yeah.
I think he's just a pointer.
He points all the time. I know. I think OJ was my first trial too, y'all. I know I watched the Jodi Arias, the Jodi Arias trial beginning to end. Didn't we watch Johnny Depp and Amber Heard beginning to end, or most of it?
Didn't. We no.
We didn't? Okay.
I wish we did, but
Okay.
it was
I watched, what else did I watch beginning to end? Like I'm telling you, Daryl Brooks, I saw beginning to end.
yeah.
But I jumped in late, so I had to go back and watch. But I did see it all.
But I think you may have watched all of the Johnny Depp Amber Heard. He talked too slow.
Oh yeah, no, I had to have him on 2 speed, not even 1.5. He was on 2 speed. We watched a lot of Alec Murdaugh, but I didn't jump in till late in the game on that one too.
I love that.
You were really big into that one.
Mm-hmm.
So but like I said, there's only been a handful of trials over the course of my life. I think OJ was my first one beginning to end.
Yeah.
That I watched. There's only been a handful that I've watched. And every time I'm completely fascinated by just the rules of court, just the rules.
Seems to me the rules have gotten they have to be careful. So much more careful now with what they say.
Well, they have. I mean, there's everything needs to be done by the law. It doesn't, and the burden is on whoever the burden is on, and you need to meet that burden. Period. It's like there's no feelings getting hurt here. It's the law or it's not.
I think so. He lost his job for something, and I thought he did such a great job, Mel B.
He did such a great job with her on the stand. That's the kind of energy I wanted to see. Oh crap! I'm thinking about the Jodi Arias case. Yeah,
That's
Jodi Arias case. Jodi Arias. Sorry, I don't know why I'm choking on it. When prosecution had Jodi Arias on the stand, that is the same kind of energy I wanted to see from Mr. J. I wanted to see Jodi Arias energy up there. Like get her on her heels and keep her there. Yeah. And I wish that he had gone a little harder on her.
I think, well, now we know he had these videos. I wondered what, and there's no telling what those texts are going to say. And it's probably going to be her cussing him out a lot.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah, probably if they're coming from prosecution side, I'm sure. Hey, Black Eagle, good to see you on.
Yes. Hey, Black Eagle. Can't talk. But today was, I thought, is this a bust? What's going to happen? And he wants to leave no room for error, which is why.
I'm sorry, Jen. I'm so sorry.
Hey,
this has occupied my entire life. My kids are on, the back burner. Unfortunately, no friends, no time for nothing. I'm live all the live long day, and then I go to sleep, and I get up and do the same thing the next day. It's crazy.
Thank you. I just got a tip, and I don't know if I should read that message out loud, and the person may want to stay anonymous. Thank you. So proud you're going to Florida to cover this. I'm so happy for you. Thank you, Shannon.
Thanks, Shannon. That is so nice of you to say, honey.
Yes.
We're having a good time.
Yeah.
It is fun.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
And I mean, we're not saying it's not sad because it is sad. I
Yes.
got a lot more sad over George's autopsy than Sarah did. I
You know
certainly
what's crazy too is that when they were playing the video see at the end and you could hear him say Sarah, every time he said her name, it sounded, just like, obviously how he sounded in the suitcase.
yeah.
And that was, I wonder if the jury picked up on that, like if they felt anything seeing that.
I hope so. Because I did. Anytime I saw his face, I'm like, wow, that's him when he was alive.
That's him. Yeah. It's him when he
And
was
how
alive. And look at how he's being treated. He's henpecked, absolutely henpecked and, cannot do anything without pissing her all the way off.
and now I'm thinking when
She's
she
got
got up
911
there
on the
and
phone
she
and
said,
when she had 911 on the phone and she's talking about her dogs, like, stop it. Oh my God. Anyway.
well, and what, oh shit, I lost it again. I'm tired. I'm sorry.
Sorry, you were talking about him. What's wrong? No.
I'll have to drive around.
It's gone.
Okay.
Hey, Susan. Right, me either. Pop Tarts. Hey, Mayor's daughter.
I'm sorry. I cut you off and then you forgot
I,
your
lo-
thing. I'm sorry. That was my fault.
no, it's okay. Shoot, it's my age.
She was drunk dialing 911 on the daily. And it was ridiculous. And then, 911 operators all, hello? Like, are you coming back to the phone? Oh, I have to take care of my blind and deaf dog. Always have to make sure everybody knows that she's got a blind and deaf dog. Because
Thank you
she's
for the
so
tip.
good.
Yeah, and she said that a lot on the stand. This was going to be something that oh, I know what I was going to say. There it came. It came back. When she got on the stand and said, I couldn't believe he was interested in me. No. I think flip that. Because she acted like she was doing him a favor by being with him.
Mm-hmm.
Every video we saw today, we're breaking up, and he would look defeated. He did look in that one defeated.
He did. He looked pitiful in all of those videos because he was completely henpecked by this woman, constantly having the cops in his face because of her.
Yeah. And not like you said a while ago, not knowing when they're coming, not knowing what they're going to get him for this time. He'd be in bed asleep and the cops would show up.
Right. And he kind of stumbles out into the room and he's like, well, what are you guys doing? What's going on? And she's over there worried that she's going to get arrested. That's, it just, everything was about her. Everything.
I don't want to be arrested. I guess you don't, because he's not going to, for some reason, he's not going to tell the cops on Sarah. But
no, he's not going to, but she sure is.
Yeah.
He absolutely is, happy to do it. And then, get him arrested and then the next day go out and go bail him out. Every time there's a restraining order or whatever, he shows up anyway and she's okay with it until she's not.
Until she's not. You said that right. And he never knew when she wasn't going to be all right with it.
Exactly. Yep. Meanwhile, she's hiding his shoes, throwing his, license in the bush. It's absolutely stupid the way that she treated him. Terrible. And I love that the police officer made her go get it out of the bush. He's like, well, you need to go get it, ma'am, because he needs it.
I don't know. He looked hurt, not pitiful. Both.
I don't know. To me, he looked pitiful because he's this little guy, constantly being pecked by this nasty bitch.
And I think late stage alcoholism, which I would have to look that up. Wouldn't that be where your liver's shot, your body's shot, you're done with being okay?
I mean, I guess. I honestly don't know.
I don't. But I think that I don't know. There was no way for that relationship to end well.
Somebody made that comment in my chat today. Like, there really was only one way this relationship was going to end, and
Mm.
this is how this is it. Sadly,
I don't think he stabbed her. Bashful.
I think he got her in the leg with the steak knife or whatever.
Yeah.
Probably messing around. They were sword fighting, of course, according to her, and obviously they both. I feel like they both gave as good as they got. That's how I see it.
That's how I see it too. I mean, look, I don't believe he stabbed her. I just don't. That was a cut. That was a cut from something. That was a drunken cut. That's why it was bleeding so much.
She said that. What's wrong?
Not that.
Okay. I feel like. Oh, now I lost what I was going to say. What did you just say? What was the last thing you just said?
You didn't think he stabbed her?
Not you. Oh, stabbed. Thank you, Jonathan. What about the surgery that she supposedly had because of that?
It was just skimmed over really quick and not mentioned, don't you think?
So it wasn't you. So you don't think it was a stab? It was like maybe she got cut with the steak knife. Maybe it was a freak accident or something.
Some kind of freak accident.
Pictures. Her lips were turning blue, which is not what happens, but whatever. Hazel, I seriously think they were sword fighting. Maybe they were.
Maybe, but who knows? They literally. I mean, everybody usually knows a couple like that. You don't go to their house because they're going to end up drinking and end up in a fight. But it seemed to me in what they showed today was he wasn't the mean drunk. Just watching court TV on my TV, and they said the family's going to be there at opening statements tomorrow, that she was the aggressor, if I heard it right. Now, the family will probably be there because they do have victims, a victim's advocate. I'm going to have to get up more earlier tomorrow. There's just some bad English.
Yes, we got to get up early tomorrow. Earlier than normal because we got to, yeah. I've been going live just a little bit early anyway, just so that people can get in there by the time it starts. Because people are showing up early and stuff, so I hang out with them. We go live a little bit early anyway, so it's all right. It won't be really much of a big deal. Oh, that's sad, Hazel Eyes. I'm sorry. But yes, you're right. Everybody knows at least one couple that's like that they're too volatile together, but they can't bear to be apart.
Yeah. Yeah, and they put each other in jail, and they go and get the other one out. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows one.
Yes.
And that was them. But lunatic.
And she didn't have a single friend in the world.
Mm-mm.
Sounds like he probably didn't either.
I'd say he had work buddies, and I'd say he had drinking buddies, and I'd say his brothers and him were close.
And maybe that's why Sarah wanted to keep a close eye on him at all times.
Yeah.
Because, if anybody was keeping tabs, it was her. If anyone was, coercively controlling the other, it was her. In my mind, anyway.
Rainey can sleep in her own bed. You know what? I will. Thank you, Cass. I will be okay with sleeping in this bed tomorrow night without an alarm. I will be tickled. But I started putting some stuff in the van this morning because I think what I'm going to do, I'm hoping they'll come back Monday, and I'm just going to pay one night at a time. But if they're not out, if they're not done by Wednesday, then I'm going home. I can't take anymore. I miss my family.
So if they don't rest tomorrow, I thought they were thinking this was going to be.
If they don't rest tomorrow, then I won't worry about it. But I think they will rest tomorrow.
And what are you thinking? You want to stay through the jury
Yeah, I think the jury's gonna.
deliberations? So they don't deliberate over the weekend, right?
Mm-mm.
So they won't start their deliberations until Monday, possibly, because jury instructions are going to take a long, they're going to take a while. And they still have to go over the jury instructions before they even narrow down which instructions they're going to give.
Which is
That's
gonna
going
be
to take a
tomorrow.
while. Yeah,
Yeah.
that should be tomorrow. So this could go, if this goes to the jury, I would love for it to go to the jury for tomorrow, but
I'm hoping it
either
does.
way, you have the weekend. You have to deal with the weekend. Like, if you're going to stay, so you're thinking you'll stay till Wednesday?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna pay for another week. I'm just gonna do it night by night.
Is it cheaper to pay for the week or no?
I don't think they give you a discount.
It don't matter. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Thank you, Ken Dog. Randall Grace. That means a lot because Wendy Politan.
Nice.
I love
Thank you.
Nancy Grace.
I love
Unleash
Nancy
the
Grace too. I do. I love Nancy Grace.
Mhm.
I was just thinking of something, but then I forgot. Let's see. Oh, I did a poll during my stream. We have guilty or not guilty. It was about 80-20. 80-20 for guilty, not guilty. And but the problem is that after I started the poll, I looked up second degree murder, and after I read and posted on my chat what second degree murder was, I did ask if some people changed their mind. Does that change your mind? And at least one said yes. So, because people were worried that they weren't going to make second degree, and let me read to you what they have to prove. They have to prove. In fact, I put it in the chat on mine.
And
if you want, I'll put it in this chat too. And if you want to post it on the panel.
okay.
Okay, so there it is in chat. So if you want to post that on the panel real quick, we can talk about it.
Okay.
Okay. So in order to get second degree murder, they have the defendant's actions demonstrated a depraved mind and indifference to human life. Check. The defendant's actions directly led to the victim's death. Check. And the killing was not premeditated or planned. Check. I think they meet second degree murder. I absolutely do.
I do too. All right. Now we're going to go.
I think she absolutely did a depraved, showed that she had a depraved mind and indifference to his life. That's my name. Don't wear it out. Shh. Fuck you.
And I'm sure we're going to see that video in closing arguments.
I hope so. I hope we do. I think the jury needs to be reminded. Obviously, her actions directly led to the victim's death, and it wasn't premeditated or planned. How many times has she said, this wasn't planned? I didn't mean to do this. It was an accident. It was unintentional.
Not intentional.
Right. So I think she absolutely, she does, also, we looked at manslaughter. She meets all that criteria also, but I really do think she meets this one too. I do.
And the thing is, they tried to have it knocked down to manslaughter. The first day, I think, and the state said no, they wouldn't do it.
Right. Right. Yeah, she had her shot at manslaughter. She turned it down.
Yep. And I think the depraved mind is what they are holding out for. They
100%.
want, when they look at her, that's what they see.
Yes.
And I'm not.
Well, and they're not the only ones. When I look at her, that's what I see too.
She said it didn't go as planned. She also said it didn't go as planned. Well,
right. Yeah, it didn't go as planned. He wasn't supposed to die. He was supposed to get out, I guess.
And love her forever. Because
right.
She taught him a lesson.
She went upstairs and went to bed. Is that a person in fear for her life? She went upstairs and went to sleep?
No.
Wait, a phone call and then went to sleep?
And I think also the pattern they showed today was anytime that she was afraid George was going to do something, she called the cops.
Or Brian, or she left. She ran outside, went for a walk, went on a bike ride, whatever. Yeah.
Keep the trash.
What?
Like a headband.
Oh yeah, keep.
both?
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I got distracted.
Run outside.
They can't do manslaughter, Amy. They have put all their eggs in one basket, and that basket is second-degree murder.
And I think that's what people are a little nervous about, because
Yep.
if they don't prove this, then it's not guilty.
That's
And
what
then
happened
she
with
lost.
Casey Anthony.
Yeah.
That's how she got off.
Like there's not even a lesser included or anything. This is it.
Yeah. Now, if there was a not intentional,
This is not intentional though. That's exactly what this one is.
I know.
I think it absolutely qualifies. Anyways, what I was trying to say though is she thought he was going to come out. She was so scared for her life that she went upstairs, made a phone call to Brian, didn't say anything about being scared for her life that either one of them can remember. So she didn't say anything about being scared for her life for this incident that just happened. And then she laid out on the bed and went to sleep. And supposedly she's scared for her life? Are you kidding?
And she slept so well that she slept way into the afternoon the next day.
Yes. Yes. You know,
And
she still thought he was going to come up.
did she? I guess she did, but that's where the drunk comes into it, where you don't think, you're not thinking, you're not cognitive, you have no skills. And she just thought, well, I'll beat the hell out of, I mean, what was she thinking? I'll beat the piss out of him right here in this suitcase, and then let him sleep there tonight. He can let himself out if he wants out. And maybe she did think he could let himself out, but he couldn't. So that's on her.
But she knew it. She knew that he couldn't. I still think she went up there, thought maybe she would just rest her eyes for a minute, and then she'd get back up and I guess let him out. I wonder if that's what she thought. You know, I'm just going to let him do some thinking. You know, I'm punishing him like I always do because that's what I do.
Yeah.
And she films it, which is, you know, we thought it was so odd that she filmed it. She filmed him all the time while she was belittling him and punishing him. She filmed, you know, we saw several of those today.
And I wasn't expecting that.
No. But that's obviously a thing that she does. Especially when she's teaching him a lesson. She loves those videos. And I really think that's what this one was.
And her saying, say it. Like, who are you going to show this to? They're going to hear you coaching him on what to say. And just trying to make him feel even worse about himself than he did already.
Right.
Come on.
Defendant behavior willing and knowingly caused. Well, I just read second degree, and that's exact. And I got it, you know, it's a direct quote. Her actions directly led to the victim's death.
Yeah.
She didn't knowingly cause his death. But her actions, a reasonable person would know that if you leave somebody trapped in a suitcase after beating them with a baseball bat, they're probably not going to live.
Oh my God. That's what she did?
Yeah. Sarah Boone trial. That's what we're talking about. We've been covering it all week.
Oh, shit. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Jim got some art that Sarah did. So I just told him, let me see it.
What? She's selling her art. She better not be giving her any money. Not Sarah now?
No, I guess it was on his Facebook.
Can we see it?
I'm trying to get him to send it to me.
Okay.
But he probably didn't save it.
That's funny.
Oh, that was good. Oh. When she said, I'm full-blooded and they are coming after me. What did that mean? I thought she meant
because she's white and his family is not.
Oh.
Yes. And they don't, she's she's trying to say that they don't like her because she's white. That can go in the trash.
Thank you, Becky. Yeah, I didn't get full-blooded.
Yeah, I
Thank
think basically that's my take. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you have a different take? But my take is that, because she has said before, I've been called everything but a white woman. So like
He lost it.
He did? Dang it.
Let me see if I can
Don't tease us like that, Jim.
I guess it was in the comments and
that's true, K-Buns. Now they don't like her because she murdered their family member. That tends to throw your in-laws off. They don't like that.
That'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I don't know if I'm in that. I got Jim joining Facebook groups and whatnot and everything. So
I love it that we hooked Jim into this and that he's all into this trial now. I love it. Jump down the rabbit hole with us.
Yes. He just feels so bad for George. There is a lot of comments. Okay, Jim, I see. He won't save a picture. I don't see it. I don't see it. Thanks, Jim. He can't find it. It's all right. Wait, is Wendy cutting out?
No, I'm on mute. I'll be right back.
Okay. She does act like they're mafia. But what they are is a protective family. And I guess, she's just not used to having, hey, JC Bray. She's not used to having family that backs her up because she really doesn't have a family. There's a reason. If your brothers don't have anything to do with you, there's a reason. They ever say why she was Baker acted and when. When she went to the cops and said she was depressed over her husband taking their son out of town, and she stumbled up to a cop and said something. I'm not sure what. Yeah, no, she doesn't have anyone. That girlfriend hadn't been back, but, maybe she's just watching at home. She implied no one is coming after her because she's not white. Some of the stuff she says is nuts. Well, he even told her in the video, you're crazy. No, he told the cop, he said, she's crazy. She does this to me all the time. And I think on domestic violence, usually both go to jail, but I guess on this one, I don't know. I guess here in Florida it's different, but where we live, you both go. She did kill her only friend. She killed the only person that's probably was willing to spend the rest of their life putting up with her chicanery. And I don't feel sorry for her, not one bit, not at all. Y'all heard her real voice in those videos. She's not meek, mild, afraid, none of that. She was abusive. She was controlling, and she always wanted to have the upper hand. She makes me sick. And I love that this judge she is an abusive bully. And I love that this judge has covered his ass. Well, I think the part that she means unintentional is the could result in death. That's what I think she meant. Because that, will result in death and could result in death are two different things. Hey, Earth, how are you? Can you discuss what her girlfriend looks like? She's got dark hair. She's probably about my height. She's a little bit heavier. Brown eyes and big eyelashes is what I noticed the most. Owen said George was jealous of her. I was jealous of him. I think you meant Sarah was jealous of him. Long hair. No, she didn't get kicked out. Is she gangsta? No, I don't think she's gangsta, but she's definitely not a friendly. She's not approachable. Like you see her and it's not somebody you go up and say, "Hey, how are you?" Right. Belligerent, drunk Karen. Exactly. Feminine or masculine? I don't know. She looked feminine. And I think we can all see that poor George. Oh, I can't help but feel bad for him. I'm not sitting here saying that he's a great person. I'm not. But he certainly didn't deserve to die the way he died. I mean, nobody. You don't talk to her because she'll talk your ear off. You talking about Sarah? I'm pretty sure she would talk somebody's ear off with what a victim she is and everything she's been through and lived through and overcame. Latina, I think. Big Mama. No, I can't take a video. I haven't seen her back in, Amy. She hadn't been back to court since the day, and she left early. The day that Sarah was on the stand, she was there, and she left. She even left before Sarah got off the stand, and maybe it was to control herself. Maybe she didn't think she could because she was real jittery, just bouncing, and maybe she didn't think she could hold her tongue when Sarah was being questioned. I'm eating. I'm fine, Warrior Grandma. Thank you for that, though. I love you. Hearing George call for Sarah breaks my heart. Me too. Check. Okay, Jim. Hey, you're so cute. Oh, we found it. That's actually not bad. Wait a minute, y'all. I'm going to send it to Wendy, but I'll also put it in Discord where I can share it. I mean, that's not bad at all. That's a lot better than anything I could do. Thanks, babe.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. You want me to screen share this?
Yeah, I think it's good. Look at Jim getting the exclusives and stuff.
Google Chrome just asked me for permission to do that. Why would you do that? That's weird.
I don't know.
I've never needed permission before. Okay, here's what you sent me. What is this?
That's Sarah's artwork.
Who Sarah drew this?
Mm-hmm.
And what is it of?
A man.
I see two people.
It's the same man, though, surely.
Is it?
Yeah, like two different angles.
That's what I thought.
All right, go Sarah. Well, very nice. I wonder if she hung this on the wall. Is this her artwork that she does with George?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know if she did it in jail. I don't know how this
Maybe
person
she-
found it.
Thank you, baby. Love you.
If you need me, just call her or text her.
I promise I will. Thank you, honey.
Jim, he's our man. If he can't find it,
So-
no one.
Jim, what's the story? Oh, that's George? That is not George.
Jim,
Sorry, Sarah.
Jim is just
That's not
guessing.
George.
He's guessing. He don't know. That's not George. This
Oh, well, I figured since he got it, maybe there's a backstory.
was there a backstory, Jim? Maybe it was supposed to be George.
That's what I was wondering. Like there's a backstory to this.
Yeah, she actually had talent. A little. I mean, I'm not saying that could be in a gallery, but I wish I could draw like that. I can't draw. Yeah, well, okay. Jim got it from a man from the UK. I bet I know the guy you're talking about. He seems to kind of be Team Sarah.
And how did he get it? How did the man? And what is it supposed to be? Is this something that Sarah drew and while she's been arrested?
Probably not, because it's not signed.
Well, you know she would sign it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that we can say. I'm a little impressed with it.
Yeah.
That's about the only thing she could do that I would be like, meh. All right, so we'll end the poll. We got 93 votes. I'm disappointed in the ones that vote. 95% said guilty, and that was with second-degree murder pinned, and 5% not guilty.
All right.
So,
yeah. That's about what mine was too.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it was like 80-20. Maybe it was 80-20 was the do we do Leilani next? I think mine actually was 90-10.
I don't know, moderator.
But they definitely but someone did say they changed their mind when I put up the second degree murder definition. So I thought that was good that we do that.
I don't know.
I needed to know too.
I don't know what the law is here. If they can only throw out one, like, you either charge them with this or this. But that's why if they had charged Casey Anthony with second-degree murder, but they have the death penalty here, they wanted her to get the death penalty, she would have probably got convicted.
Really?
Burn pile murder trial. Ooh.
I hope that doesn't happen here. I'm really going to cry if she's not found guilty.
I don't know, moderator, how long she's been out. Her son, and you could hear in one of the videos how long that George and her and Sarah have been putting up with one another, because they said she has an 8-year-old son, and he was 10 when George died.
Well, yeah, I mean, some of those videos, they were only together a year, and then there was a year and a half, and then there was 2 years. You know what I mean? 2.5 years. Like they obviously they've had a very tumultuous. Didn't someone say, or didn't she say that on their very first date he beat the snot out of her?
That's what she said.
That's what she said, right? Yeah, it's match made in heaven. So she knew from the jump they had a violent, and that's her story. We don't know if that's true. For all we know, she could have done it to him.
What is the burn pile trial? Now I'm really interested. That's the name of it?
They overcharged Casey Anthony. She was never found innocent. She was found not guilty. Yeah, for sure. They were together 3.5 years total, I believe. I've seen court cases before where they, so in murder on the charge of murder in the first degree, not guilty. On the charge of manslaughter, guilty. I've seen that before. So why aren't they doing that here, I wonder?
A woman done burned her husband.
Oh, yes. I've seen thumbnails for that trial. It's going on right now. Did she plead guilty? No. The woman who killed her 2 sons, has pled guilty. That's another trial that's going on.
Oh, I've seen this too, but I didn't realize that was her. There's one thumbnail of her that's going around where I always think that's Ellie Mornos.
Yeah.
She looks
Yeah,
like Abby Warnos.
she's charged with burning her husband to death.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a horrible way to die. God, that's awful. In the state of Florida, you have to prove reasonable doubt without a doubt, meaning you're innocent to be proven guilty. Yes. Well, it's not without any doubt. It's just reasonable doubt,
Yeah.
which I think it's an important distinction. It's not, beyond all doubt. It's not that. It's reasonable doubt.
But I just read good news.
Yeah.
The DA recommends that the Menendez brothers get parole.
Why is that good news? I know. Tell me. We haven't talked much about this case at all. I don't know much about them, about their case.
I do. I was into that. That was another trial that I can't say I watched all of it, but I watched some of it. But I was pretty young, I think. I have to look at what year it happened. But I mean, it was obviously it was when Milli Vanilli was big because any short they get, I have to hurry up through it because the song gets stuck in my head. But their first trial went and they described how they were treated by their parents, and I'm talking about the assaults, the sexual assaults that their parents did to them. But when they got to somehow that it was a mistrial, so they do another trial and none of that evidence was allowed in.
Why not?
I don't know. Nobody knows. So they got, I guess, life in prison, and it's been like 30 years. And so Netflix did that show about them, and it seemed to wake people up.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But, and I shared a picture.
Making a murderer, right? Like Netflix is like responsible sometimes of like getting things going.
They really are.
And what's going on with Baby Reindeer? Like she's going to make millions of dollars too off of Netflix.
Oh, is she?
I think so. Yeah. Supposedly, they totally portrayed her as this crazy stalker with a record, and she's saying that none of that's true. And I think she's suing him for like $75 million. I mean, is that still going through? I mean, maybe I've just heard that.
I haven't heard. I was thinking about her the other day. I'm like, man, her. Yeah, that's right. That's right. They got death, and then California did away with the death penalty. Thank God. But I put on
the DA
community page.
Cutting out.
I'm cutting out. Who can hear me? Oh, I was young then. Who can hear me? Who?
Is she cutting out for anybody else or just me, y'all?
I think it's just you.
That's fine if it is. That's fine. Okay, it seems to be okay now. Go ahead.
I'm put on my community page. How is Gypsy Rose out walking around having a reality show, living her best life, getting free teeth, getting prenatal care, getting all this stuff, and the Menendez brothers are still in. And of course, somebody said, well, she didn't actually do the killing. Doesn't matter. I say that she was in on it. She definitely, I don't know that she did any of the killing. I don't think that. But I do think she went into that room after her mom was dead. She still says she didn't, but I believe she did. Because her mom was, hey, Aaron. Her mom was all covered up. He didn't cover her mom up. And she planned it, put the idea, found somebody.
So they're recommending. They're recommending that she get let out, or that they. I'm sorry, not she. They get let out.
Yeah. Or at least try to get a parole.
Recommending that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
I think that'd be great. Oh, Baby Reindeer, that crazy show, that Fiona, which now I love that name. So I hate that her name's Fiona. I have to say that Baby Reindeer was another a little bit like Tiger King, where it brought everybody together.
Yeah.
I agree, Cassandra. All right, y'all. Well, I guess that's all we got for tonight. You ready?
Yeah.
Yes. Tammy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, you
I'm
just
sorry. What'd you
said,
say?
are you cutting out?
No, I think I'm cutting out. Yeah, but no, I'm okay. I'm good. I'm
Okay.
good. All right.
All
So
right,
tomorrow they're starting early. They're starting a half hour early tomorrow. So
Yep.
don't forget that.
I gotta go. Yeah, don't forget everybody. I won't forget. I gotta go get in the shower right now, and we will see y'all tomorrow. Same time, same place.
Bye, guys.
Same time over here. Woo. Bye, y'all.
Woohoo. Bye.